This is episode number 219 of the Homeowners Show. Well, whether you're a DIY or looking to hire, we're here to help you find the best information and options for you and your home. My name is Kevin Hackett, and here with me is Craig Williams.
Hello, and welcome to the Homeowners Show. We're so glad you could join us for another live episode here from the studio. How you doing, Kev?
Oh, I'm just happy to be here. I feel like it's been a while.
It's been a minute.
I mean, between the, I mean, I've been gone a little bit, but you were able to do some interviews that I wasn't able to be at.
Yeah,
and those aired for like 2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah,
and now it feels good to be back.
It does feel.
That's all.
Yeah, we had. I mean, like we were, we had some content to put out, but like we just haven't been in the studio in a while.
No.
So we're excited to be back. Yeah, man. That live episode, we might want to think about getting that guy. He's an interesting cat, Alan, former Navy SEAL.
Yeah,
doing solar stuff, but he's also done like a lot of voiceover work and announcer work.
Man.
And I think he's read for like audiobooks and different things like that. So he's a voice actor as well.
Yeah.
So interesting cat.
And I know a guy. His name is Kevin Clay, who did voice acting and he was a DJ for a long time.
Okay.
And then he read audiobooks, all kinds of stuff. Those guys are like, they're so incredible. And like I don't know how Alan is, but like Kevin is one of the most personable, exciting people to be around in person as well.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, I mean, voice actors in general tend to. I mean, like they seem to be interesting cats anyway.
Yeah.
But anyway, man, we're here to talk about the Blackstone 36-inch griddle.
Yeah.
And part of the reason that we're talking about it tonight is one of the reasons we couldn't get some content. One, you were out of town for a little bit.
Yeah.
2, I have never cooked so much. I haven't cooked this much in a long time as much as I cooked this last week.
Wow. And that's saying something because I know you and you cook, well, I don't know how often recently, but like you cook a lot.
I cook
at
a
your
lot.
house.
Yeah.
And
I mean, I cook dinner for the family. I mean, that's kind of my thing.
Well, and rightfully so, because anybody who's eating your food knows it's worth eating.
I appreciate that.
Well, I'm just saying truth here. I mean, I can't say that your cooking sucks whenever people who probably listen have eaten it. They would know that I'm just a moron if I say that.
Well, if they don't know, I'd love to meet them and feed them a meal.
Oh.
That's actually one of the things I really enjoy. I love feeding people. I do enjoy it.
Yeah.
But
you've cooked for large groups.
Yeah,
Well,
that was the thing is I cooked for 2 large groups this past week. One on Sunday, it was an awesome day. My son got baptized at church, and so we had everybody over.
That was a good day.
I cooked like 40 cheeseburgers and like 20 hot dogs and all this kind of stuff. And then on Wednesday, this will blow your mind, man. I cooked 60 pounds of carnitas.
What?
And I served over 400 tacos.
Oh my goodness.
And so at both of those events, that's why we got the Blackstone.
Okay.
Because I knew that we were going to have that event at our house. And I was everyone was gonna show up at the same time because pretty much everyone was at church with us,
right? And
they were all coming straight from there to our house, and it's a 7-minute drive, and so everyone was gonna be here really quick, and we needed a way to get food moving pretty quick. And then on Wednesday, it was just gonna be, it was just going to be a mess is what it was.
Sure. Lots of people.
Yeah. So we had some people from our small group come and help us out. And we were able to put together an assembly line of like 6 people working on this griddle to make tacos for everybody. And so what I did is I pre-cooked all the carnitas. Like, I don't know if you ever made carnitas, but for me, like you need at least, 16, 18 hours to really get them right.
To marinate them.
Just
correctly.
You need to cook them almost that long.
Yeah, because you're slow cooking them, right?
Oh yeah.
I mean, like on a smoker, right?
No.
You didn't do it on a smoker,
dude. I think I had 10 crock pots on my kitchen table.
Oh my goodness!
Just because I couldn't be here to baby them like you would on a smoker.
Oh yeah.
So I was going to be gone all day, and I was like, the easiest way to do this is in a crock pot, and I knew that I had the griddle, and so I was going to be able to put a char on them.
Oh yeah.
Once we got there.
Yeah.
So we packaged up all the meat and the tortillas, and man, we were just schlepping tacos like nobody's business. There were there were like 6 other booths at this thing. It was a deal where like all the local churches get together at the Montgomery County Football Stadium.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And they have like a big thing for all the youth.
Yeah.
But before that, you tailgate.
Sure.
And so we were one of the people feeding everybody that shows up for the event. Okay. And they said, well, be ready to serve like 200 people. And I was like, okay. So, but I mean, man, let me just say, like, I've worked in commercial kitchens, and we had a catering business for a while. That was a lot. It wasn't like a regular catering business. It was outdoor cowboy cookery kind of deal. So I've used a lot of professional equipment. I've worked in a lot of commercial situations for cooking.
Yeah.
And this thing performs.
Really?
Yes.
Well, that's what that's one of the things I'm really interested to hear, because like at this point, you've cooked on it for a short amount of time, as far as days go.
Right.
But a lot of hours. So you've put it through the ringer already.
I've put it through the ringer. Man, when I say like, it wasn't just like 60 pounds of carnita meat. Like I put 60 pounds of carnita meat through that thing.
Right.
We put almost 30 pounds of ground beef and I don't know how many pounds of hot dogs. And then we also used it to grill the buns and cook the onions. And we used it for everything.
Wow.
And then at the event, we were basically, and we can get into like some of the functionality of this thing. We were using one side of the griddle to crisp up the tortillas, to warm them up and give them a little char on that. They just taste better when you do that.
Oh, yeah.
Rather than just like a cold tortilla.
Sure.
But man, we had, I was talking about this before. We had like 6 other booths, and like no one was going to any of the other booths.
So everybody, all those 200 people plus,
they just stood in front of us and just waited for us to schlep tacos out. And like it seemed to me like the other booths had some good, like one of them had like walking tacos.
Oh yeah,
those are cool.
Those are cool.
Like I would have eaten that, but like, well, and so one of the things that we did is, ours were very simple. It's just carnitas in the shell, and then we had a bin of chopped up onions, a bin of cilantro.
That's all you need.
And then some chipotle crema that in like squeeze bottles, so you can put it on there, and then some jalapeno lime ranch.
Yes,
that you could put on there.
Speaking my language,
it's like the chip dip that you get at Chewy's.
Yes. Yeah. In fact, I was at Kroger the other day, and you can buy that stuff just in a. Did you make it?
Yeah, we made it.
Okay, They have it's a little cilantro lime sauce for tacos, for street tacos, and it was just in the I guess the Mexican food sauce aisle, and I was like, I'm gonna try it because you never know.
Right.
I was impressed. I'll buy it again. So
if it's good, it's good.
Yeah.
So it's not hard to make though.
No, it's not.
It's like 4 ingredients.
Yeah.
So. But anyway, so this Blackstone, one of the reasons I got this thing is a lot of my clients' homes that I go to, I've been seeing them lately over the last year. Like I keep seeing them, and I'm like, okay. And then some of these clients' houses I go back to, and I'm like, there's that Blackstone. Is it in good shape? What's that looking like? And they're in good shape, and I'm like, okay, either he's using it a lot,
right,
or it's just held up really well.
Sure.
So this they have a lot of different models. And I forget, what did I tell you? It's like the 15.
Yeah, this is the 1554 that you're working with. It's a 36-inch flat top griddle.
Right, and it's good to note right now it's on sale on their website. And it's on sale on a couple other websites too.
Yeah,
we can get into that some because the deal on their website's pretty good, and I can tell you guys the deal I got on Amazon
later.
Yeah,
listen to the rest of the episode.
That's right. Hold on.
Right.
But anyway, so it's 36 inches. So it's pretty big.
It is big.
It's big enough that when my kids saw it, they were super excited because like, when can you do hibachi out there? And I'm like,
rice.
just as soon as possible.
Fried rice.
Oh, that's like the best.
Little shrimp fried rice and some.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You got me at fried rice.
It's so, man, I love fried rice.
I do too, man.
It is one of my favorite things.
Yeah.
But anyway, so it has 4 independent burners.
Oh. okay. So you can individualize.
You can have 4 different temperatures going on that griddle at one time.
I don't think people recognize how valuable that might be because, for example, I mean, in the picture they actually have on the website shows like 6 different things on there. And everything's going to cook at a different temperature.
Yes.
And, if you're doing hot dogs and hamburgers, you really need to cook those at different temperatures, right? And especially if you're going to, like, do buns on top of that, right? So, like, the whole thing has to be... That's really cool that you can individualize those.
Yeah. And one of the things that people talk about with this is cooking breakfast.
Oh, yeah.
It's great for cooking breakfast.
I bet.
So anyway, it has the 4 independent burners. One of the other things that's pretty cool about this one is it's pretty portable. It actually folds up.
Oh, it does.
Yeah, the legs fold up, and so then the side tables just unscrew. It's really easy to disassemble and fold up. So I mean, you could fold it up flat.
Okay.
And stick it in the back of your pickup truck on a camping trip.
Can you then like jump out of the back of your truck holding it?
I wouldn't recommend it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I wouldn't either. By the way. Just check it.
Yeah. So, I mean, just to go through some of the numbers on this thing. Well, hang on real quick. One thing that it says that it has that I haven't been able to figure out where it's at, and I may just be missing it, but it says that it has a paper towel holder.
I saw that.
I
need to know where.
I need to know where. I haven't seen it yet, but honestly, I haven't been looking for it. It would be super helpful to have.
I'm looking right now. I got to find this thing.
The rear grease management system that it has.
Oh yeah.
They make these aluminum foil pans that you can just stick back in there. And so like as you scrape it off, you just push everything, and it's got a little bit of a slope to it. Mm-hmm. So you push everything out to the back, and as you clean it off, and it's super, super easy to clean.
Okay.
But anyway, 60,000 BTUs. I think you were saying earlier, 769 square inches.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah, it's a big. So well, and this will give you an idea as to how much space it has, because it has a listing for the capacity on the griddle top. So this is like at one time it can hold 69 pieces of bacon, or 47 eggs, or 21 pancakes, or 126 hot dogs.
What? But those bun length or regular?
Yeah. I think regular, because the picture actually has the hot dog coming out of the bun. So, okay. Or 30 burgers, or 27 steaks. Yeah.
So, I mean, okay, so first of all, that's a lot of food.
That's a lot of food.
I'm trying to wrap my head around all that. But I'm trying to... this is something that I'm curious about, because... I mean, a lot of people, myself included, we are conditioned to an old school grill with a lid, right?
Right.
And, you get things hot by, putting the lid down, and it kind of convection ovens this thing a little bit. And so with steak specifically, you're supposed to cook it really hot.
Mm-hmm.
But when you go to like a restaurant, they're not cooking on something that has a lid on it.
No.
So I'm just trying to,
ish, but yeah, sure. Yeah. I know what you mean.
I'm just trying to sit here and think, this thing has no lid on it. And so what are the limitations in your mind of this as it's a griddle. It's flat top.
Right.
It doesn't have, you're not going to get perfect sear marks unless you there's some, I know they have like inserts, right? That you can buy to get those grill marks in your steaks or your hamburgers or whatnot.
Yeah. Which, I'll just, for me, like, I don't care.
No, I personally, I don't either. Some people really like that look to their food.
Yeah.
Which I do understand, but at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter. I mean, it's not affecting the taste.
Sure.
So, but what do you think the limitations are to not having something with a lid on it?
Well, I will say this. They do have a model with a lid.
Oh, they do?
They do.
Okay. But okay,
But like, I don't know why that's appealing to anyone.
Sure.
Just because it's a griddle. Like, a griddle is a griddle. It's not a grill. It's not a smoker. Like, it's its own thing.
Right. So you're not, it's got its own purpose. That's what you're saying.
Right.
You don't necessarily need a lid because it is functioning as a griddle, not functioning as a grill.
Right. For me, I think you actually get more functionality out of it than you would a regular grill.
Okay.
Just because there's not really much that you can't cook on it.
Sure. I mean, because you definitely can't cook eggs on a grill.
Right.
Unless you have a pan or something that you're putting on that thing.
Exactly.
Right?
And you're also not utilizing any of the fat and the flavor of the meats to season anything else.
Because it just goes straight.
It just goes straight through the grill.
Yep.
So, for me, it has many advantages. Mm-hmm. I don't know of many, I would never cook like a brisket on it.
Right. Well, yeah.
It'd just be dumb.
Know what you're doing. But honestly, I would never cook a brisket on a grill.
Right.
I mean, I'm cooking a brisket on a smoker only.
Sure.
Personally.
Yeah. And there's some people that do them in ovens and like them, and I've had them good that way.
Yeah, my mom's done it that way.
I guess if you had the lid, you could do that.
Yeah.
I don't know why you'd want to.
I don't either.
Here's what I would say. If I was going camping,
mm-hmm.
I'd much rather have this than I would like a Weber grill.
Sure.
Just because, again, I can cook every single meal on this thing.
Yeah.
I can make sandwiches on it. I can make burgers on it.
Sure.
I can make vegetables on it.
Here's what's interesting. So the camper that we own
mm-hmm.
has a table that you can put on the outside of the camper.
Uh-huh.
It's removable, but that thing is meant to put a griddle on top of it.
Okay,
like a Blackstone.
Right.
But I don't know what the options are for this, but there's literally a direct connect to the propane
mm-hmm.
right there, so you can just plug right in, which is pretty amazing.
Right.
I would love this thing if it was natural gas, because then I could just use it in my house with my natural gas hookup, which would be amazing. Maybe there's a conversion kit. I don't know.
Maybe. I don't know. I mean, that may be worth something. I'll tell you what, I'll do a quick search.
Okay. While you're doing that, I will tell you this. So I looked at the paper towel holder, and so right on the right-hand side, right under the table
mm-hmm.
that's connected, there's like a little... Basically, it's a metal rod that comes out.
Oh.
Do you have that on there?
I don't know.
Maybe it's something you have to attach. But it's just like a metal rod that comes out underneath that table that you can put paper towels on right there. So there you go.
Blackstone has a natural gas
what
version.
You need to not tell me that, because I will buy one.
Yep, they have one.
Oh,
it's substantially more expensive.
Yeah, but I mean, seriously, is it only natural gas, or is it?
There's also a conversion kit that you can get on Amazon.
See that? So the conversion kit is what I would probably be more interested in, because, like you said, I would love the option to tote this thing around with me.
Yeah, I will tell you this though, because it has the 4 independent burners.
Yeah,
that's gonna be a bunch of work.
Yeah, I can see that.
So, if you're going to do it, just and
have 2 separate ones.
I guess. I mean,
sorry, babe, it was a necessity. I gotta have 2 of them.
It's pretty efficient with the propane. I mean, I get the appeal of natural gas because it's just always there if you're at home. But if you want to go camping, you're just not going to be able to use it.
And honestly, I don't. I mean, I love the appeal of a 36-inch grill.
Mm-hmm.
Camping,
yeah.
I don't know if that's the smartest option
mm-hmm.
for my family.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, they've got other options. The 36 inches is amazing, but just
they've got like a 22-inch option. They've got
exactly,
and I think there's one even in between the 36 and the 22.
Yeah, and so I mean we're talking here about this 36, which is like the mega.
It's the biggest one.
The
they
mega
have,
dude,
yeah.
right? But they've got a 28 inch, right? And then there's the one with the lid on it. I just don't understand. So they got the 28, the 22.
Well, I will say this. So one of the accessories that you can get for a griddle is a bowl with a handle on the bottom.
A bowl with a handle on the bowl.
And what I've always called it is a melting bowl.
Okay.
And so, if you're making burgers, right?
Right.
What you do is you cook the burger on one side, sear it, and then flip it, cook it on the other side, and then you put the cheese on top.
Yes.
Well, the cheese will melt way faster,
of course,
if you put that bowl over it.
Oh.
So it's and you can do the same thing with you also use it for like fried eggs. If you don't want to flip the fried egg,
yep,
you just put the bowl over the top of it.
I see it. The kit is called a 3-piece hamburger kit, and then maybe they have them separately, but it's smash your burger. So like honestly, this is one of the things that I've always been frustrated with whenever I cook burgers, and I've gotten over it. But like, if you're the easiest way to make your hamburger patties and transport them outside is to keep them in balls.
Right.
You just ball them up, take them outside. Well, the problem with that is if you were to do what I'm about to say on a grill, you're just going to push them right through the grate, right? Yeah. So you can't do it. So you have to flatten them inside.
Right.
Right? Well, this hamburger kit, because it's a griddle, you can keep them balled, and it's got a smasher. So it's just a flat, you just smash them down after you get them on there. And so...
Well, and making smash burgers is like kind of like a trendy thing.
It is a trendy thing, yeah. So, and then it's got the spatula, which any spatula works. And then the basting dome.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, which is basically just something you put over it, like you said, to melt things.
And you can use that trick in your kitchen, by the way. That's not just something you can use on the griddle.
Sure.
I mean, like I have like a lid that I use all the time when I'm making fried eggs into my skillet, because I like to put cheese on the top of my fried egg, but I also just don't like to flip them.
Okay.
My wife likes to flip them. She thinks they're better that way. I don't like to flip them. So I season them, and then I put that lid over the top to cook the top of the egg. And you'll get a runnier yolk that way as well.
Oh yeah, yeah, of course.
So, and less chance that you're going to break it.
Right. So they've also got another. I'm going down the rabbit trail now of accessories. They've got another accessory kit that included in it is square egg rings and round egg rings. Then it's got the thing that I was looking at that caught my eye was the taco racks.
Oh yeah, I've seen those.
It's got taco racks.
Those were expensive though for what they were.
Well, so this
how much are they?
Well, this kit, of course, it's a 30-piece kit. It comes with a lot of stuff, including some of those what are the grease cup liner things?
Yeah.
And tongs and some of the scrub pad cleaning stuff and all that kind of stuff. It's $90 for that accessory kit. Now they may have something that's just for tacos. They got a taco kit. Yeah. Which is pretty cool actually. It's got in it. It's got a tortilla warmer and then tortilla trivet, 2 taco racks, and a toppings tray. So the toppings tray, you can put all the toppings in it or whatever, but it's $50, man. Like,
yeah.
And you can probably find those types of things a lot cheaper elsewhere.
Oh yeah.
Than getting the Blackstone brand, right?
Yeah, they have off-brand. Like I'm looking at one right now on Amazon. It's like a fork, a spatula, a wide spatula, a scraper, tongs, a brush, long spatula, aerated spatula, burger press, scraper, dome, egg shapers, apron, gloves, squeeze bottles, shakers, all that for $29.99.
Sure.
It's like 41 pieces in there. There's none of the taco stuff, but
right.
There's a bunch of there's lots of accessories in there. So let me do this because I know people wanted to hear. So I felt like I got a really good deal on mine. Okay. What is it for sale right now on their website? Just the griddle.
There's $329.
$329, and then the cover is
$49.90. Yeah, $50.
$50. So I got on Amazon for $368. I got the griddle, I got the cover, and I got the toolkit.
Nice. And the toolkit I noticed it's nice.
It's a nice toolkit. Yeah.
Yeah. It's got like 4 or 5 like spatulas and stuff like that.
Yeah. And a couple of squeeze bottles and things like that. So and the squeeze bottles are for like keeping oil and water in those. That can be really helpful on what's that thing made out of? Cast iron.
Yeah. Yeah. It's solid, man.
Yeah,
it's solid. You're not
it's
gonna
the
hurt
heaviest. It's the heaviest thing on the grill.
Yeah.
And it's a solid top.
Yeah.
So anyway, yeah. So it was a really good deal. Just to go to a store here locally, like a Lowe's, a Home Depot, Dick's Sporting Goods, Academy. I think all those stores carry them. I think just the griddle alone was $3.99.
Wow.
So they're having a Halloween sale on Blackstone's website right now. So for $3.29, you can get the griddle.
Right.
Like we said, you can buy off-brand accessories. You can even get an off-brand cover. Let me see. I think I saw it just a minute ago. It wasn't that expensive. Yeah, $35.
Okay.
Oh, and it's a cover, and you get the basting lid.
Okay.
For $35.
That's a deal
on Amazon. It just doesn't say Blackstone on it.
Yeah, who cares? I don't.
I really don't.
No.
I got it because it came with it at a really cheap price.
Sure.
But yeah, so you can get that. The regular toolkit from Blackstone, it's like $19.97.
Okay.
I mean, so like you can go, nickel and dime yourself to death on this thing, but
Sure.
like I just opted for the package because I knew I wasn't going to have time to go around and shop for all that stuff right away.
Right.
I will say, after talking to a number of people that have owned them, the number one complaint about it is keeping it clean. I haven't had a problem keeping it clean yet.
Okay.
But I also know how to clean a griddle top.
Yeah, and I would also say that people that aren't used to cast iron,
Right.
you just got to oil it. You got to do the things you got to do with it. But if you don't know what to do, then it's going to be frustrating because you're not used to that.
Right.
It seems like a pain. Like, why would I have to go back and clean this thing that way?
Right. I will tell people one tip that I learned over the years is when you're done with it, I think a lot of people's natural response when you're done cooking is to turn the heat down and or off.
Mm-hmm.
That is a bad idea.
Right.
Follow me on this, but like it's a bad idea for this reason. One of the best ways that you can clean a griddle is to take a couple of really good, healthy scoops of ice and throw it on there when that griddle is nice and hot.
Okay.
And unless there's like just a ton of grease sitting on there.
Yeah, don't do that.
Don't do that.
Right.
Scrape all the grease off into the grease trap, but
Right.
then come back through and dump ice on that griddle.
Okay.
If you're a regular cook at all, you're going to understand the term deglaze. It's going to allow you to clean that griddle very quickly. Now you're going to want to move that water off, and you're probably going to be using up most of your grease trap to scrape the water off. But you're going to be able to get all the debris off. And once you get it all off, the griddle is going to dry itself with the high heat, and so then you can season it again if you really want to. But some of the people's biggest complaints is that it has a discoloration to it. It almost looks rusty if you don't. But that's if you don't take care of it.
If you don't do that,
right?
Which that's the case with any cast iron, anything that you have,
right?
That's going to happen.
Yeah. So that's about it, man. I mean, like it's thus far been a fantastic product. Everyone I've talked to, even though with the complaint about the discoloration in the cast iron, they all love it.
Cool.
It's it's just a very functional piece of cookery.
Yeah.
That you can add to your repertoire.
So I don't know what you found earlier on Amazon, but they have a natural gas conversion kit on the Blackstone website. It's $60.
The one on Amazon it's usually $60. It's on sale right now for $46.97.
Okay. And is it just
it's the Blackstone one?
Oh, so, it's just a hose and a connector. It's simple.
Well, and all the orifices.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But
I've never done that. I understand it can be pretty simple.
Yeah. They probably have decent instructions on how to do it.
I would hope so.
So, hey, I have something to tell you.
Cool.
So, completely off the subject since we're done talking about this.
Okay.
You and I had an interesting conversation the other day, and we kind of ventured into a new, or at least I did to begin with, a new podcasting realm.
Okay. Oh yeah, you were on another show.
I was on another show, and I'm gonna continue to be on another show. You might wind up being on the show from time to time.
Okay.
And we're helping them, do their audio as well, but also to be another voice on the podcast. And we've talked about actually like expanding our
network,
creating a network we really like to fit into the family niche.
Right.
You know, we're talking to you, the homeowner, today.
Right.
And we've talked to like Cowboy Jack and some other people that are family oriented. And so this other podcast really fits that. It's called WDW for Families. I'm going to link it up in the show notes. But they've been going for like 10 years. But they've had their challenges over time. They would take some hiatuses and then come back and that sort of thing. We actually have more episodes than they do, but for a while they were only doing like 2 a month.
Okay.
And so then they would have a hiatus for one reason or the other. But anyway, back and better than ever, I hope. And so you can check them out wherever you listen to your podcast on WDW for the number 4 Families. And they just really kind of talk about Disney and how to take your family to Disney and have a great time. And there's tons of Disney podcasts out there. And a lot of them talk about all kinds of stuff, but this one's directly related to the family. So check it out if you're looking for another thing to listen to. And so that's my little plug there.
Awesome. Have they done an episode on how to avoid annoying people?
Wait, how you avoid annoying other people, or how to avoid people that are annoying you?
How to avoid people that are annoying at Disney. That's an episode I want to listen to.
Well, I don't know if they have, but like I remember listening. So I've listened to them since almost their inception. They've talked a lot about like people that like hit you on the back of the ankles with the strollers and stuff. It's like, come on, I'm right here.
Yeah,
like,
you drive a car, right?
Dude, I promise you're not gonna like go around me. There's nowhere to go.
You're not gonna miss anything. I promise.
No, not at all. I don't know. Okay, I'll put it in the hopper.
All right, good. Maybe that can be one I come on.
Yeah, that would be a good one. That would. But anyway, hey, thank you all for downloading today's episode, for hanging out with us. We're glad to be back in the studio tonight. So, go ahead, if you have not already, and subscribe to the podcast and leave a 5-star rating or review on Apple Podcast. That would be fantastic. And look, we're just thankful for all you guys. And we're here each and every Tuesday. So until next time, we'll see you later.
See you.